Quick disclaimer, and I want to put it in the beginning of the video because it is very crucial, and that is that you never ever want to trade or invest based on anyone's opinions or ideas, right? So with that being said, in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I utilize StockTwits to make a trade. By the way, I did not use this strategy based on anyone else's thoughts or opinions, and it's pretty much by just using the StockTwits platform in a unique way. So I'm gonna go ahead and break that down. By the way, guys, I really only use StockTwits for the memes. If you guys notice, the comments and messages on StockTwits are just a bunch of people commenting to the moon, to the moon. So it's only just for the LOLs. But I'm gonna actually show you guys how StockTwits does provide some cool tools for you to make a decent trade. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into my computer screen. But before we do so, make sure to tap that like button because it really does help out with the YouTube algorithm and it helps me continue making these videos. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so we're officially on StockTwits.com. Now, typically when individuals go on this platform or this website, what they'll do is they'll look for whatever stock they're interested in trading or investing in. For example, over here, we're looking at Apple stock, right? And what they'll do is they'll scroll down, they'll read the comments, they'll say, oh, bearish, people are saying it's going to go down, I might not buy. Or they'll read the comments of people saying, oh, this is why it's bullish, and they'll buy in, right? And I highly recommend that you don't just buy because of what some random person on the internet said. I mean, the other day, I was on StockTwits just looking at what people were saying at AMC just for fun, and some individuals said AMC would be at 15 million shares or $15 million per share. Absolutely ridiculous, right? Which is why, we're not going on StockTwits to look at what people said, unless you're just here to laugh, like which I often do, going on StockTwits. But there are some pros for StockTwits. So if you kind of scroll up to the top, you're going to see this area right here where you're going to see a bunch of tickers kind of just scrolling through, right? And what you're going to see is sometimes this little flame kind of emoji, right? And so what that indicates is that a lot of individuals are talking about that particular ticker symbol, right? And there is a reason why individuals are talking about that. Either it's sold off heavily or it's going really high up very quickly, right? So obviously when something's moving in a very, very dramatic, way, obviously there's going to be a lot of individuals that are going to talk on this overreaction and input their opinions. Again, we're not even looking at their opinions, but let's look at ticker symbol DKNG for this example, right? Has this fire emoji. I'm pretty sure because it's obviously red, it probably is selling off heavily. So if we just go to Webull, which is the platform that I'm using, again, you guys don't have to use Webull, and we're looking at DKNG, we see that this is just selling off massively. I mean, we see it selling off in the pre-market, right? And we could see if we just get our trend line tool that this fell about 13%. So obviously that is a big reason why individuals are talking a lot about DKNG, right? So what I did today as a day trade, again, this was a day trade, not a swing trade, not a long-term investment, right? Because I had absolutely no idea what this company was. But this company right here, which was TRCH, it had the flame emoji, and it had, a high percentage up of 46%. Right now, you're not seeing the flame emoji because it's gone, because obviously individuals are not talking about this ticker as often as they were earlier in the day. But it had the flame emoji. So I went to, my platform, and I typed in that ticker symbol, TRCH. And earlier in the day, it was around this point, right? And now I have these little rectangle boxes drawn here because we're going to talk about that in just one moment. Now, I looked at this ticker. Again, this was not something I was investing in. This was not a swing trade. And, I obviously had no idea I never heard of this stock before, but I saw that this offered a great opportunity for a momentum play because obviously you can see from the day before up to where we were, today, it was up 40-something%. Which is obviously a big move. So there was just a lot of volume and a lot of momentum going on, hence why, when I went over to StockTwits, there was the flame emoji. A lot of individuals were talking about it. So I disregarded whatever the individuals were saying on that ticker because I honestly don't care what they're saying. These people are kind of crazy sometimes, right? So, I went back on Webull and I took first a small position. We see that it was still above the exponential moving average, showing confirmation of it still going in its up trending direction. And as it was going up, I kept slowly adding into my position, adding more, and eventually sold at $5.62. So I bought in at $5.23, so around
this area right here and selling around this area right here, that offered me a nice 7% gain for something that was only maybe like at most 20 minutes, right? So in 20 minutes, I was able to gain 7% in a momentum play simply because, I went on StockTwits, and instead of trying to base my decision on what other individuals are saying, I just looked at what the, settlement was with, or not really the settlement, but looked where the conversations were, and notice, hey, a lot of people are talking about this stock. It's obviously green. Let me go ahead and look into it. And I was quickly able to identify that this was a momentum stock. And because of that, I was able to capitalize and make a 7% gain. Now, was this something that I planned to swing trade? No, because as a momentum stock, I knew this wasn't something that was going to hold its value for something for like days or weeks or months. I was not investing in it. I was not planning on participating in the swing trade. I knew this was a day-to-day action, and I knew that this was just something that I needed to capitalize for the day. So that's really what I use the StockTwits for. Otherwise, I'll just go on here to either just laugh or troll. But other than that, it does provide value in the sense that you can see what the hot topics are and take advantage. And even if something is selling off, every reaction is an overreaction in the market. So if we go back to DKNG, the one that right now has the flame emoji, and we type that in, DKNG, oops, and I spelled that wrong, DKNG, and we look into it, if you really wanted to, hey, sell-off doesn't always mean bad news. If something is an overreaction of a sell-off, you can wait for that confirmation of an uptrend. You don't want to just buy the dip, but once we saw that it passed above the exponential moving average, we could have just bought in and, simply just rolled that trend up, and you could have made a nice 7% or 6% gain over here. So again, even if something is selling off, you want to see, hey, where is it going to find a bottom? And once it finds that bottom, just don't buy in just because it's at that bottom, but buy in once we have that confirmation, and then just sell off either at a resistance or at validation, right? As long as you lock in profits. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys take this and maybe hopefully apply it to your strategy. Again, I do want to say you don't really want to look at the comments unless you want to laugh, but don't base your trades off what these individuals are saying. Again, last week I saw someone say AMC stock is going to be $15 million a share, which is very laughable. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video added value. Make sure to hit that like button. Also consider to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and also check out the links in the description below. With that being said, guys, my name is Justin from Push and Profit, and I'll see you on the next video.